Hey guys. So this is gonna be my reaction to RolyPolyOllie's, or RolyPolyOllie's, however you say it. His reaction to Eye of the Needle and ex post facto. And so he watched these episodes, and I enjoyed his reaction. Definitely a lot of things to kind of discuss and go over. I enjoyed seeing his reaction to, that at first there's like the wormhole discovery, and there's always some. I like Voyager. I like the tone of the ship. Like, for the most part, it's kind of a light-hearted vibe. And because they're not in the Alpha Quadrant, I feel like a little less harsh about, protocol on the bridge and, whatever. And, Tom mentions, I nominate this wormhole to be the Harry Kim wormhole, and, all this different stuff. And so as the episode goes and you see them, they send out the probe, it gets stuck, it gets scanned. It was cool to see, that he would kind of keep guessing throughout the episode, like what was going to happen, and who was going to be on the other end. And he kept saying like, oh, Jem'Hadar, or someone from the Gamma Quadrant. And, keep in mind, I think even by this period in the show, this is supposed to be season 2 or 3 of DS9, so it's like the Jem'Hadar are barely in the show yet, and so it was cool to have it be a Romulan. Here's this guy, this actor has been in so many episodes now of Star Trek. He's been a Klingon. He's been, several different species and makeup. And so I think this is his maybe 3rd or 4th appearance now in the show. And I think he was in one of the early... Wasn't he an Emissary? Wasn't he... no. It was the one with Tanis, or Tanalos, or whatever. I think he was that Cardassian, if I'm not mistaken. So I like this actor. He always kind of has a pretty neutral energy, like he's not real, emphatic or anything, but I always like his acting. Seems good. And so I was glad he enjoyed the episode, and all the stuff along the way, and then them, transporting, and they're getting the visual of him, and that's cool to see. The outfit, the bridge, everything, and then then here comes the plot twist, is that he's from the past, and they get the letters and all the stuff, and then the final plot twist that he's dead, and that they're most likely the letters were never sent, of course. So another bummer, and head on to the next one. Then you have Ex Post Facto, the Tom Paris episode, and this one, another, coming off the heels of target audience watching Dax. And so here, yet again, you have kind of a murder mystery hearing, Tuvok investigating, trying to get more information on, to try to prove Tom's innocence so that they can get the procedure undone or whatever. And so yeah, it's a good one, and it's nice to see Tuvok's professionalism. I'd say even more so than Odo, because he isn't taking a side. He just is open to any of the possibilities, where Odo, I think, at least in the beginning, kind of has his thoughts on that Jadzia or Dax might be guilty through the symbiont of Curzon, but whatever. So it's kind of an interesting comparison of like two different approaches of investigators. One very unemotional and trying to be as true to the facts and the evidence. The other one still trying to hold true to the facts and the evidence, but probably having a little bit of a prejudgment going in, but still doing the investigating to see where it leads. So but yeah, and then it goes through all the different stuff, and the dog, and doesn't like strangers, and you have the wife, and she seems a little dispassionate and kind of cold, not really seeming to be moved, or it's not like she's in tears or all that upset. She just seems so cold, really, is the only word I can think of, and which Tuvok mentions, and then later on, and then the height difference, and the things that he's able to do the mind meld, see the replay of that last the incident, and then all the symbols, and turns out that Paris was supposed to be grabbed by this other race, I forget, Nurian, what's something with an N, yeah, but so overall I think it was a good couple episodes. We're starting to kind of get into things now. We're starting to get like Voyager. I mean, we're getting close to the middle of the season, honestly. I mean, 8-9 episodes in, so it's nice to see things. There's a lot of stuff coming up, and a lot of good character development, and more stuff with Carrie, and more stuff with Seska, and more stuff with other characters that haven't maybe gotten a whole lot of screen time. I was happy to see that again. Here's a lot of Doctor stuff, and Janeway was just like kind of everyone else, with like, he's just a hologram, it's like he's not real, he doesn't matter. And Kes was kind of the one who had to really stop her, and so since he's a hologram, he doesn't need to be treated with any kind of courtesy or any kind of being polite to or anything. And she kind of was like, and yeah, so it was kind of interesting to see that here's these evolved human beings with all the technology and all the breakthroughs, and yet some of these technologies have actually led to them being kind of short-sighted as far as how they look at people, or like marginalizing holograms, and same with Data in TNG, that similar aspect where something that's technology, is it a machine, so you don't have to treat it with respect because it's a machine. Data fights for his rights, gets his rights, kind of that he has the right to choose whatever. And then now here we go again with the Doctor. It's like the next level of that, where because he's a hologram and been programmed and this and that he too, like, he has no rights, and he's property, and so it's nice to see like that starting all the beginnings of his growth as a character and stuff like that. So yeah, I enjoyed watching his watching of these couple episodes, and I hope you enjoy what I had to say about it, and I hope you tune in next time to see the next one. And catch you next time, guys.